story begin in episode 19, where we would see Silas still being revived in this timeline, like the same way as this in this timeline. Since Breakdown is not dead, but besides Starscream, they took Starscream's body and did the same thing with Breakdown and all that, and basically put it's basically the same episode. Besides the fact that there's more Autobots and Silas is just using who's the Starscream's body. And yeah, pretty much it's the same episode. So episode 19 will basically end off the same. There's nothing much difference about it. But episode 20 is obviously gonna be where I change everything. As in this episode, I'm not gonna allow the Autobots to get the Star Saber yet. That will be in a later episode. But basically, put the Autobots are all at base. All of them are busy chilling. Now, obviously, everyone is just wondering what to do. But Ratchet is like, shouldn't we use those protoforms that we brought a while back ago? Optimus is like, we should use them, but what can we use them for? Hearing this, Ratchet looks at Optimus and is like, I have an idea. Prime looks at Ratchet and realizes he's looking at him and is like, what's the idea? Well, let's just say we're gonna need extra leaders. Prime is confused, but then quickly realizes what Ratchet's planning on. Smiling, he agrees. And Ratchet, Optimus, along with Skyfire, Wheeljack, and yeah, just the four of them come together. And we even have the four. Optimus even brings the Forge of Souls Prime. Now they are busy working on the protoforms. And Megatron, we cut to the Decepticon base. The Nemesis basically, and Megatron is basically wondering what to do as he has like new soldiers, but he knows they're not really. He believes they're not ready yet, so he decides to do a test drive, not a test drive, no, a test fight, you can say. So he decides to go with Galvatron, Scourge, and Cyclonus, along with Dreadwing, and I'll even have Blitzwing. Yeah, the six of them all go somewhere with a couple of Yukons and attack a military base to just get some things and just leave. And the Autobots basically are told by Agent Fowler what's going on, so they quickly decide to group up and get ready to fight. And that's what they do. Optimus even comes along, and he did all he needed to do for the protoform. So yeah, he just lets Ratchet, Wheeljack, and Skyfire. Why am I adding Wheeljack? I mean, to be fair, he's always a scientist. And the thing is, Transformers Prime never nerfed his intelligence. He was just he just never had the chance to do any smart things. They never really nerfed his intelligence. He was just reckless. You can say that's just it. Like a scientist who just wants to fight a bit more than just do science things, you can say. But yeah, Optimus goes with the other Autobots, which is, oh yeah, that's 11 bots actually. But yeah, Megatron does have some VOCons, so it's fine. Now, Optimus and the Autobots all brought their own artifacts, and everyone is ready. But Smokescreen never got the chance to get his own artifacts, so Optimus gave him the phase shifter. And everyone is ready to fight, and everyone starts fighting. But Optimus sees the new bots, and he's confused and asks who they are. And Megatron smiles and says, these were the three protoforms that my Decepticons took. Hearing this, Optimus is like, by Primus, you created your own new soldiers. Yes, replacements of Hardshell, Skyquake, and even Starscream. As I have obviously a new second in command, which is obviously Red Wing, since both Starscream and Skyquake are dead. I don't know what happened to Starscream really, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. Optimus is like, yeah, he's dead. Yeah. And basically, put Megatron just orders Galvatron. Actually, just orders everyone to attack, and they start attacking and start fighting. Now, Optimus and Megatron have a fight. Obviously, Megatron is getting overwhelmed as Optimus' shield and sword are actually giving him a hard time. Yes, he has the weapon of Megatronus, but remember, Optimus' shield of justice can absorb energy blasts. So yeah, Megatron is holding back a lot in this artifact to make sure Prime doesn't one-shot him. Now, Galvatron comes in to help out his father. I mean, technically, that's what he is. And they start working together. And Galvatron will see something interesting. He's like, stay away from my father. Yeah, and his Optimus will have the face of, I'm sorry, what? What? But this gave Megatron the chance to punch Optimus in the face and send him flying. But Prime basically gets up quickly and then he's like, Megatron, what the hell does he mean by that? And Megatron's like, well, to be fair, he has my DNA and everything else. So you cloned yourself. Well, technically, no, he still is on board. What? I mean, yeah, but he looks a lot like you, but hold up a second. Is he fused with Dark Energon? Indeed. Okay, now I'm very, very interested. What the hell did you do? I upgraded him. To be fair, he's on my level, but technically he's slightly stronger than me. But since he's not as skilled as me, we're technically equally matched. So if he was as skilled as you, he would win the fight. Yeah, but enough talk. Start fighting. And yeah, they just continue the fight. Oxy was just wondering, wondering what's going on. But yeah, the Autobots beat the Decepticons and basically force them back to base. And the Autobots regroup with Optimus and asks what the hell happened. And Prime would explain, and Ozzy's like, what? I'm not even gonna question. Everyone just basically makes just erases that memory basically in the memory base. They're like, nope, I'll pretend I never had that, as they don't want to know what Megatron did. But yeah, now we would just cut to us going back to base, and Ratchet, Wheeljack, and Skyfire come towards them, and they basically put tell the other Autobots. Oh wait, it wasn't 11 Autobots went on the mission. It was actually 10. Oh dang it, I miscounted. My bad. But the three scientists basically tell the other Autobots they have new members. Hearing this, everyone is a bit confused, and Optimus smiles, and Anna's like, "When we never won that mission was never a rescue mission. No, we used the protoforms to basically create new bots." Ratchet says. Skyfire is like, yeah, and please don't be shocked. It was Ratchet's idea. Well, Jack like, I don't know why, but to be fair, it makes more sense as we need more of him. Pointing towards Optimus. Everyone is confused on what does he mean by that. They're wondering what he means until Ratchet tells the new bots to come out as two tall bots, the same size as Optimus, walk towards the other Autobots, and everyone is shocked as Ratchet is like, I don't really know what to call them. Optimus, do you have names for them? Indeed. Everyone, I want to introduce you to Nova Prime and Maximus Prime. And everyone is like, what is going on? And we skipped to episode 21, as that's how the episode will end. And everyone is basically just you can say they're just thinking. They stood there for 5 minutes straight, just processing the information. And then RC is like, who's the mother? Oh, I had to put that joke. I had to put it. But Optimus is like, don't worry about that. Yeah, we'll see in the next series. And yeah, yeah. Now, basically, put the other Autobots are just thinking to themselves. Bumblebee is like, wait, hold on a second. Well, say he says in his bleeping voice, if those two basically have the DNA of Optimus, like Megatron, like Galvatron has the DNA of Megatron, they his sons, right? Ratchet's like, technically yes, that's what humans call them, but yes. But what do you mean more of his kind? Are you saying they're primes or something? Will Jack like technically knights as well? Hearing this makes Bumblebee wonder. Oh yeah, Optimus was born a knight. He never was. Yeah, he was born a knight. But what do you mean they're also? What do you mean they're both? Well, you see, Ratchet explains. We asked Optimus to put some power of the Matrix within them. So you can say they're actually primes as they're the next candidates. As even if someone's like worthy here, the Matrix will automatically go to them since they're basically Oximus himself because they have his essence and everything. So yeah, they're technically primes. They were born primes, you could say. Everyone just thinking, huh? So if Oximus dies, we still have another Oximus. Oximus is yeah. Everyone is just yeah. Anna's like, wait, you said they have his essence. Are you saying they're technically him? And Ratchet like, well, no. It's like someone made a clone of you, but the clone also has its own personality, but still has your personality. It's very complicated, basically. And Bumblebee's like, basically a, basically you, but not you. And Ratchet like, yeah, that basically that. Okay, yeah, this is getting more complicated, but anywho, let's just continue. And yeah, let's just continue. Now, episode 21 would start off with okay, yeah, it started off like that. But the Autobots received a location of an artifact, same with the Decepticons, and both teams are ready to go. Now, Optimus is ready to take everyone, but they received another location of another artifact. Optimus is a bit confused on this, but he decides just to take a few Autobots with him. As he goes to the second one, and he tells the others to go to the first one. And the second one, Optimus decides to bring who's this? You know what? I would say he brings Ironide, Skyfire. Hmm. You know what? I want this. I want the second. I want the second team that's going to the first artifact to be a bit interesting. You could say, but yeah. Now, obviously, yeah, I said Optimus, Iron Eye, Skyfire. I'll add Wheeljack, Bulkhead, and dang it. You know what? I'll add cliffjumper and RC with them. Now the next one is honestly this is what you could call the young squad. They basically put the young members of the team. We have Nova Prime, Maximus Prime, we have Bumblebee, we got Jazz. Oh yeah, Jazz isn't that young, but hey, he's the leader for now because he's the only older one there. And we have Sunstreaker, Sideswipe, and Smokescreen. Yeah, this is definitely the youngest group right here. Yep. Yeah, I'll just call this the young Justice. Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. But you know what? Let me not do that. But yeah, the Autobots are basically split up. Now Optimus' team is obviously doing this like it's still Soundwave using that fake artifact signal. Yeah, he's Soundwave using that one. And we would basically have Nova, Maximus, Sunstreaker, Sideswipe, Jazz, Smokescreen, and Bumblebee arrive where the Star Saber is. Now Megatron is obviously trying to dig it out, and everyone is just wondering what the hell he's trying to take out. Until Maximus, who actually has Optimus's memories when he was around PAX, is like, wait, isn't that the Star Saber? Here it is makes Jazz look at him like, no, you gotta be joking. Smokescreen is ready to like jump into like attack and is like, let's go. But then Sunstreak is like, hey kid, relax. That's something we can't get. Only a prime can use that. And then Smokescreen is like, don't we have two primes over here? Everyone then looks at Nova and Maximus and realizes, huh, we do. And Nova and Maximus both look at each other like, huh, it's our time to shine. And basically put they Jazz decides to basically make a plan. One of the brothers has to go get it. So Nova decides to be the volunteer to go get the artifacts. And the others will basically hold up the Decepticons. And that's what they do. And since they all have overpowered artifacts, it's much easier. Megatron is confused and wonders, where's Prime? But then he sees someone running towards the artifacts. And he's confused and is like, what the? Is that Optimus? Wait, no. His color scheme is different. It, and he looks different too. What's going on? What? I'm so confused. Megatron just wondering what's going on. And he just looks at the ball that's going after the Star Saber and he's like, he's not gonna get it out. He's not a prime. And so Nova pulls it out, and Megatron looks at Nova like, what in Primus's name is going on? How? How did he pull it? No, forget it. Megatron just shoots at him, and Nova just uses the sword to basically block it, and he's sent flying. Nova manages to basically land on his feet, but he looks at Megatron with I don't know if I can beat this guy, but I'll try. And basically, he uses the power of the Star Saber, and him and Megatron start fighting. And Megatron is actually able to push him around because he's not Optimus. Remember, Nova is like, yeah, I would say he's as skilled as Optimus, but Megatron's a gladiator, has been fighting for years, so yeah. And Nova was like born like today, you can say. He's actually, yeah, no. Oh crap, he was born 12 hours ago. In the episode, he was born 12 hours ago. Dang, that's sad. Yeah, he getting cooked. But still, Megatron got sliced on his cheek. And he's like, I'm gonna kill you. As he just punches Nova and he's like, who the hell are you? And why do you even look like Optimus? And Nova's like, I'm his son. Hearing this, he's like, I'm sorry, what? Did Optimus and Alita had a child before I killed her? What? And hearing this, Nova's like, nah, I'm just a protoform with his DNA. And just slices Megatron on the chest and kicks him away, quickly transforming and driving off. And Megatron turns and is like, wait. Turns around to the other Autobot, which is Maximus, and he's like, does that mean he's also a protoform that has the DNA of... So there were actually five. Huh, you know, that makes sense. Megatron thinking to himself, but yeah, the Autobots leave it. Oh crap. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, the Autobots leave and Megatron just thinking to himself, you know, when I get new soldiers, somehow Optimus gets new ones, even better than mine. I hate myself now. And yeah, now it will end up with Ratchet going to the others and bringing them back to base, and Nova giving a Star Saber towards Optimus. Prime is telling him to keep it, but Nova says something very humbly. He's like, "I'm not a true Prime. I'm just a clone of you. It's not fair. It deserves to be in the hands of a true Prime." As he kneels and basically picks the sword up and just gives it to his father. And Optimus is like, yep, yep, I see why everyone calls me humble now. As he just grabs the sword and thanks his son and gives him the sword of judgment. And he gives Maximus the shield of justice. As he realizes since they're both also knights, it makes sense if they can hold these two artifacts. As that's what Optimus did to the shield of justice. He also made it into a knight artifact since he's also a knight. And yeah, Optimus and the team are just wondering what to do until Optimus obviously gets the message from Alpha Trion and all that, and yeah, they start getting the Omega keys. We skip to episode 22, where we would get our first team to go get the first ever artifact. And the team that's going is Cliffjumper, Smokescream, and RC, who are getting the first ever key. And how would this episode go? Well, I would say kind of the same. I mean, Megatron will still pull up, but the thing is, there's no Dark Star Saber because you know why. Yeah, Megatron don't got that anymore, but he got at least Megatronus' gun, and Megatron orders them to give him the key, but they refuse and start attacking him. And since all of them have overpowered artifacts, they manage to hold him off good enough until Optimus comes in with his sons and they send Megatron flying. As Optimus basically uses the Star Saber to create an energy slash, and Nova uses the Sword of Judgment to create a fireball, and Maximus just shoots him with the remaining energy of the shield. And all three attacks land on Megatron, and he's sent flying. And seeing this, the other Autobots quickly rush in and go inside. And Optimus looks at Megatron and says, from this day onwards, it's not going to be easy. As he goes in and leaves as well, Megatron just gets up and gets mad. He's like, can things get any worse? You know what? Anytime someone says that, it always gets worse. But yeah, we skip to episode 23. Now, in this timeline, Knockout never like comes in with that sound blaster thing because the Autobots have it. So yeah, they Autobots just grab that artifact, grab that key and leave. Same with episode 24, they grab the other one and leave by using the red energon to basically speed blitz the Decepticons, just grab it. And episode 25, huh, they just get the artifact from Smokescreen by using the phase shifter. Honestly, pretty chill episodes. The Autobots are just having a good time, and the human partners basically since like episode 22, 21, they weren't actually there was no humans, but when the humans came back, they actually see Nova and Maximus and ask who they are, and the other Autobots explain who they are, and Miko is like, who's the mother? And everyone just keeps quiet. Oximus in his mind, I actually miss her. And yeah, yeah. You know what? I actually have a perfect thing. Honestly, this would be hilarious in my next what if tailgate in season 2, like that's gonna be hilarious. But yeah, let's continue. Yeah, that's the end of basically all the episodes. And this is the end of this part because that was quick and fast because I mean, to be fair, the Autobots just got the advantage at this point. And besides, oof, I'm gonna end episode 25 like this. Ratchet and Skyfire along with Wheeljack, all of them being mad scientists, are doing something despicable. Very despicable. Oh, I'm gonna tell you guys in episode 26 and some episodes of season 3. But peace. I hope you guys enjoy this. And I hope you have a wonderful time and a wonderful day. And I want you guys' thoughts. What do you think of this? Oximus actually having kids. What do you think of the names Nova Prime and Maximus Prime? Yeah, I'm thinking they're good names. They would sound like what Oximus would name them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and peace.